What's going on? What's going on, guys? Make sure y'all like the stream. I'm your host, Jay the Black. And we got some things to discuss. Shout out to everybody that's here, the moderators, the channel members. You know, you can become a channel member too. You can be a part of the chat elite where you can get posts that I don't post anywhere. I post on my community tab of the members right here on this channel. Also, make sure y'all go and sign up to the Patreon. Y'all get some of these Patreon exclusives. Shout out to you. Elbert was good. Shout out to Nick the Magnificent, as well as Free. My grandma, what's up? Salute to everybody that's here. Thank you for being here. This is going to be an extended conversation about a topic that I discussed today in a video. Hopefully y'all seen that video before you came here. Or if you haven't, you know, you can check it out once I am done here. And we're going to talk. And also, there are some other topics I'm going to be speaking out while I'm live because it's going to demonstrate my point. You see, I can't demonstrate my point if I am not speaking on other things as well. All right. Let's see who's here. Free, Trill, Siryitis, Sigma, Zeke, Severe, Nick, Garrison, Shoney, Gerald, Bronxi, D.S., Roland, Eric, Last Sigil, Gregory, see Brian, Cruiser, Dwayne, Mox, Nix, Cheryl, Sydney, Steven, Architect, Eric, Brown, Bobby, Trevine, Ashley, Longtone, Vereen, The Real Savage, Reenie? Nostalgic? Jaye, Golden State, Mr. 8, Mr. 86 was good. Link, Samurai, what's up? Lucifer was good. Generalissimo. We are here live. The video that I made today got a lot of comments. And one of the things I used to do, right, when I would post a video and I would see it got a lot of conversation, I would go live and I would speak about it. I wanted to start doing that again. Lady K, what's up? Chuzzy was good. Let's get the likes up. You know, these women keep proving my point every day. And let me go back to Patreon real quick. I put up 2 videos Sunday, I believe, on my Patreon. And one was about Tom Likas and his comments. And the other one was, I call it the Kevin Samuels syndrome and the token black woman in media, right? And I put those up. And there was somebody that they unsubscribed from my Patreon, I believe, today. Now, this was a person who, you know, claimed to be a supporter, right? I don't know if it was those videos that got this person in their feelings, but I want you to understand, I don't want your fake fraudulent support. I don't want your 50% support. I don't want your 70% support. You either support me or you don't. If there's an issue, then you need to let me know, right? But unsubscribing randomly when you're always in the comment sections, in the chat rooms, and you always got something to say, but then you want to unsubscribe as if I don't know you. And that's why I blocked them on my Patreon. You'll never be a patron there because I know you did it because you got in your feelings. Shout out to Trevon. If my videos possibly about Kevin Samuels, maybe it was about Vivica. Maybe they didn't like the way I went in on Vivica, but Vivica had it coming. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's on you. I don't change up for nobody. I don't care who you are, male, female. I really don't care about fake female support. Okay? I can sense that a mile away and I don't fuck with you. I just let everything fall, you know. I just let everything fall into its place. But yeah, I don't want your fake fraudulent support. If you don't like what I have to say, I'm not changing for nobody. There's nobody here that's worth me changing up what I look like. But we definitely gonna get into this. Talk about done hit the wall. Vivica hit the wall like 10 years ago. All right. When she started doing those made for TV, Two Can Play That Game sequels. This heifer, and there's other heifers like her. You know what I'm saying? They think they're sophisticated, but they can't keep a man. Right? And it has everything to do with them. They run men off. Then they start dating younger men. Then those men don't want them. Those men just use them. Oh my God. It's amazing where we've gotten to. It's amazing where we've gotten to. That you have people like this. And again, make sure y'all like the stream. You have people like Vivica who's in her 50s, right? Who's an older black woman who clearly is struggling in the dating department. If you're struggling in the dating department, you need all the help you can get. Let's be real. If any of these women would actually have sat down with a Kevin Samuels and really talked, not do it on YouTube or wherever, you just sit down and have a private conversation with them. I highly doubt these people would maybe feel the way they feel. But because they have to put on this front that I am what black women should be, which is what, single and alone. You have to go on dating apps and, you have to drive to your nearest hood to pick up one of these, homeless males. Because those are the only type of males you're going to get. You're not going to get no strong man who's intelligent and successful. That's not what you want because you can't control that. You see older women like Vivica Fox, they have to date wherever they can eventually because nobody's going to want them like that. And the thing, and what really hurts her is that women like her are physically exhausted. They don't even like having relations anymore. They don't like having relations anymore because their body is so used up. They don't even like doing that. Look at, what's her name? Look at Delicious. Y'all know Delicious, London Charles. I believe she got divorced because she was physically exhausted. Like she doesn't like having relations anymore. I truly believe that. Yeah, you may look at the outside. Yeah, she got a nice body. She be getting that work done on her face. But, she's used up. She don't even like having relations with her husband.
Vivica knows a lot about karma. 'Cause the way the wall curb stomped her. It wasn't nobody but karma that did that.
Right. Karma definitely curb stomped her, figuratively. Appreciate it. But you got these women that are just physically exhausted. You got women like Delicious, right? Look at her on the outside. You like, man, if I can date her, I'd smash every night. Probably twice a day if I have the time. But they lure you in with that. And Vivica can't lure anybody in except for with a nice home and some money. That's the only way she can lure a man in. But there are women like Vivica who, let's say they have their looks, right? Because you still got these older women that think they got it. That's why you got women that are 60 who are still getting divorces. What are you getting a divorce for? Where are you going? But they still think they got it. They don't let some guy fool their head up with nonsense of, you can be out here living your best life. It's about to be the summertime. We can have some fun. They actually believe that. Until they realize they're going to have relations with that man, probably a lot. And then they like, you know what? I don't know. I can't do this. Well, you should have knew that before you left your husband that you were with for almost 30 years. And these older women still think they got it out here. Listen, I don't care how big your assets are. I don't care how nice your tits still look. I don't care that you still look youthful. At the end of the day, you gotta stop blaming men for why you're single. You're single because of you. You are your own worst enemy. A lot of these women, they are their own worst enemy and they don't even understand it. They still believe in the concept of blaming somebody else for why their relationships fail. And the fact that you have women, and let's be real about women like Vivica, right? Women like Vivica are always going to end up with men who not only make less than them, but always going to need something from them. So that's going to create another layer of bitterness. You know, you got the sugar mamas. You know, she's a sugar mama. She got to pay to play with these males. She can't get the male she want by being herself. She got to utilize what she has. But that's what men for years have done, right? But let me tell you something right now. Some of the biggest tricks are women. Women are some of the biggest tricks ever. Women trick more money off than anybody because they be letting men live with them, drive their car. They give them money. Yeah, Claudia Jordan is another one too, forever single. Can't keep a man. Now, people look at Claudia Jordan like, man, you know, I'd hit that. But that's all you're going to be doing because she ain't wife material. As soon as you get around her and you see how she really is, you're going to want to get away from her. So these women got to understand that at some point, men are going to stop knocking. They're not going to want you like that. And what happens is you had a bunch of insecure women put all of their insecurities on one man or multiple men, but mainly on one man. So when you see what happened, all the vitriol Kevin Samuels is getting, which is absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But that's to be expected from your Western woman of today. Your Western woman is crazy. Your Western woman has a thought spirit. That's why they got to go get bigger butts because they want more attention from men. The wrong type of attention, but see, they don't care. They don't care. You got a bunch of bitter middle-aged women sitting on a panel on Fox Soul trying to point their finger and blame one man for all their insecurities and say that he is the reason black women are miserable. No, black women are miserable because they're miserable. They've been miserable before Kevin Samuels and they're going to be miserable after Kevin Samuels. You heifers are absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So when you look at your Western woman, she's tricking. You know, she's out here getting BBLs. You know, she's out here starving for attention, pointing the finger at men, attacking men who hold them accountable.
I don't know, Jay. These rappers define trick lol.
Well, Steve, I'm not just talking about rappers. I'm talking about women that y'all work with, women that's in your family. We talking about the bigger picture. We ain't just talking about rappers. We talking about women that y'all know that are with a man that they're taking care of. That is the norm, especially in the black community or whatever you want to call it. It's normal to see a grown man ride, not only riding on the passenger side of her car, but he's living with her. That's normal. You see them out in public, he looks like her grown son. She's walking like 2 feet in front of him. She driving him around. And the dude probably older than she is. Again, make sure y'all like the stream, man. I want these women to look in the mirror. But you got these heifers like with Vivica and these other heifers who sit on a panel, middle-aged, bitter, blaming everybody. Look at their guests. I mean, oh my God. Look at the people they bring on that ridiculous show. I probably get more views than they do on Fox Soul. Fox Soul is a failure. And they got the nerve to want to stream on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, bitter. They sitting on panels. They're hurt. that's not going to get you the man you want. You need to go get yourself together, maybe get some therapy, and really focus on yourself, because a lot of you chicks are looking bad out here. A lot of you heifers are down bad. A lot of you heifers are, you're sexually exhausted. You don't even want to have relations anymore because you done been so used up to the point to where you don't have any walls. Case in point, the actor Jesse Williams, right? Jesse Williams. He was trending on Twitter yesterday and today because I think he had some uncensored photos leaked of himself, right? And you had all these heifers talking about how they like what he's working with, right? And I'm saying to myself, these got to be, if they're liking what's going on with him because of what he has and what I'm hearing, is probably because they have no walls. The only type of women that's going to be super impressed by what a guy is packing is usually the type of woman that's used up. She ain't got no walls. Okay? So, she's looking for the biggest package she can get. And trust me, you dudes need to look very carefully at the women around you that's always talking about the size of a man's member, because that's usually the sign of a woman that has been used up so much that there's nothing stopping. She's very stretchable. Call her Reed Richards or Rita Richards. She's stretchable. You got stretchable heifers talking about how much they like.
Yeah, fam. Broads like her why we don't date 40 plus now.
Yeah, that's why they're mad. They're mad at men that date women in their 20s. But I'm just seeing all these women going crazy about Jesse Williams photos. And I'm saying to myself, these got to be women that have absolutely no barriers. Okay, they have no barriers. So they need a guy that's packing because they ain't got no barriers. That's what happens when you're screwing a lot of men over the years. You have absolutely no barriers whatsoever. You're just used up. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. Jaye, appreciate that. Shout out to Zeke.
Like you said before, the BW who's supposed to be the most beautifulest beings on earth. But they the main ones getting BBL'd out every time you look around.
Exactly, bro. Appreciate that, man. Nobody gets a BBL more than a black woman, a black American woman. Black women are always going. You know what's fun? They tried to make fun of black men for going to these foreign countries. But excuse me, you heifers going to the DR more than black men are. Have we not seen the video of all you on those beds coming from the DR getting BBLs? And these are not celebrity women. These are women that work regular jobs. Or they probably don't work a job at all. They probably went and got them a loan, probably a PPP loan, just to go down there to the DR or Colombia to get a bigger butt for some loser that don't even want them. I got to understand, they are doing this because the guy that left them don't want them. He done went and got him another woman. So they say, well, I'm going to go get a bigger butt and see how he like that. He may come back and smash a few times, but he's not going to stay. That's all you're getting out of that. Like, seriously, and trust me, men know natural from a fake. Trust me.
Yeah, man. Like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Yeah, man.
Rolling on the floor.
Appreciate that, Jaye. Yeah. They all over here thirsting over Jesse Williams and his package, so to speak. And they only doing that because, again, they want a man who is bigger because they don't have any barriers. So they need somebody that can reach areas because, when they're all used up, they can't really reach certain areas. But these heifers are so goofy, man. It's ridiculous. Like your Vivicas, man. Again, like the stream, man. You and your cohorts You sit on TV and you're blaming everybody. It's everybody else's fault. And I'm going to show y'all why these women cannot be saved. I'm going to show y'all a classic example of why these heifers cannot be saved. Should I play this video? This is the type of culture that Vivica wants. I know y'all. I wonder if y'all have seen this, right? This is from MSN.com. It says savage rejection of a man's marriage proposal in a busy McDonald's goes viral. I don't know if any of y'all seen this. It says a man can be seen in a viral video holding out a ring box while the woman is being proposed to, places her order at the fast food chain's Satin branch in Johannesburg. Witnesses say witnessed such a sad situation today, said Twitter user Madame Fawcett, who uploaded the viral video, which has collected 3.7 million views and received over 66,000 likes. I wonder who was liking that video. The woman can be seen chatting with the McDonald's employee before looking back and shaking her head sideways at the man. The crowd at the restaurant can be heard cheering in the background, and things took a turn for the worse as the woman exchanges inaudible words with the man and then storms out of the restaurant. The man gets up, collects food from the counter, and leaves. Let's see if we can play this. You see, gentlemen, now this was over in the motherland. What have I told you, males, about proposing to these heifers? What did I tell you? Why are y'all not listening to me? Public proposals don't work because you are sharing your woman with other men. You're not the one she wants to marry, at least not right now. You know, she has a rotation of dudes, man. You probably second or third tier. She don't want to marry you. She looking at you like you a complete embarrassment. What is with you? I know you males are very, you romanticize relationships. You think that this is going to make them love you. No, what it's going to do is make them hate you even more. Women don't like stuff like this. These Western women don't like stuff like this. They don't. It's, you know what I'm saying? That's how you know. You want to know if your woman is dealing with other men, just propose to her in public, which you really shouldn't be doing anyway. She has other men she's dealing with. You're second to third tier. You're taking her out to eat, buddy. The dude that she really wants to be with, he ain't buying her nothing. He ain't buying her nothing. And you on there on your knee talking about marriage. And if you look at her, she looks like an older woman. She looks like she got some gray hair. Who else is going to try to marry you ever? Ain't nobody trying to marry that heifer. He got to walk out embarrassed. Man, ain't nobody trying to marry that woman. And she in there like she embarrassed. She in there looking like somebody's grandmother. Looking like somebody's auntie. You better be glad that dude is trying to wife you up. He look like he ordering a whole bunch of McDonald's, man. Who he ordering for her whole family? Say, I told you, man. Yeah, man, South Africa got sharp shopping carts in the McDonald's, man. Like, who you feeding her whole family? Look at that. This dude is feeding her whole family. See, he's the guy that buys everything, right? See, that's one of the guys in her rotation. He pays for everything, man. Look at that. Man, they got a shopping cart in McDonald's, man. McDonald's is out here finessing. They say they want people buying by the cartloads, man. While some users shared their sympathies with him, others said women have all rights to say no to a proposal. I mean, that's true, you know. But he has all the rights to leave that McDonald's food there too. Many, unless she done paid for it, many blame the man for proposing to the woman at a McDonald's of all places. Yeah, McDonald's, you know, maybe that's their favorite spot. Maybe they met at McDonald's. That's in the mall. I think that's a mall. That's not Walmart. I think that's like a mall. Many proposing at a McDonald's might be a sign of insanity, one person wrote. Another person joked, she said, "McNo." My opinion is that an informal discussion with a partner to know if you appreciate
did this dude propose to her in front of a McDonald's?
A McDonald's family.
No MFN way.
Yes, he did, Chuzzy. Appreciate that. He proposed at a McDonald's. I genuinely feel these people getting public embarrassment do not even know where they stand in a relationship, but expect the ring to act as a leverage. You know, it could be, I'm telling you, he's one of the guys that she deals with. Y'all got to understand, these women have rotations too. These women have rotations too. And a lot of times you're like, you're very low in that rotation. Or you're probably a guy that she's on and off again with, and she really don't want to be with you like that, but you're somebody to be with. This is why you need to talk to people before you go and propose to them. Stop proposing to these women in public. They born this woman that don't know a goddamn thing about their relationship. People so weird. I mean, the way she walked out was boo worthy, even if you agree with what he did or not. Time and place, bro. Lord. What made him think that was the perfect time to pull that off? Because I mean, you know, again, you know, he's feeling good. You know, he got a cart full of McDonald's and he thinks the relationship is in a good place. And it obviously is not in a good place. Trying to back someone into a corner is one thing, but doing it in a fast food line is absolutely crazy, one person wrote. Another added, he proposed at McDonald's a disrespect. He lucky she walked away because I would have tossed the ring in the fry grease. Y'all see how crazy these people are? And they talk about how men have changed and men are no longer romantic, right? They say all this. They only say this because women want the right to refuse in every situation. They want the right to refuse in regards to having preferences. They want the right to refuse when it comes to proposals. They want every right to refuse. That guy could have said, I don't like a certain tone of woman. Do you think those women would be that understanding and say, hey, that's his preference? You see, us as men, we don't have a preference. But with women, she has every right to say no to the proposal. But what if we want a woman that actually wears her natural hair and doesn't hide it like some people on this platform? You know? Oh, man. I mean, this is not good, brother. We got to do better. And y'all over there in Africa pulling this shit. It's crazy, man. I wanted to show y'all that to let y'all know just how crazy it's getting out here. It's getting crazy out here. They say they would have tossed that ring in the fry, in the grease. Like what? But that's your Americanized woman. That's her mindset, man. That's her mindset. But shout out to everybody that's here, man. Shout out to everybody that's here. Appreciate y'all being here. Salute to everybody. Now let me get back to Vivica real quick. Vivica is the type of woman that you can tell she's one of those people that she'll have nothing but like fuck buddies, friends with benefits type relationships for years. She might even be a side chick, but then claim that she's a strong woman, independent, but she can't get a man to wife her up. She's been married once, but that was when she was in the prime of her career. But she hasn't had anybody since. And there's a lot of women like this, unfortunately. And I want a lot of you melanated women to understand something. We as black men have woke up years ago. Okay? That's why you see black men going overseas, dating other races of women. We are done with your BS. We're done. And if you think that by blaming us is going to change anything, no, it's only going to make it to where you're definitely going to alienate people. A lot of melanated women alienated a lot of men, especially a lot of black men. Y'all alienated a lot of black men. Y'all just don't understand how much you alienated black men. What's good, Wanda? I see you. Let's see. Hold on. Shout out to Jaye for becoming a member. Let's see. I seen hold on. I seen okay, yeah. But shout out to y'all, but like the stream too. When I look at the alienation that's going on and the things that we said years ago, this is why they had an adpocalypse. Y'all want to know why they had an adpocalypse? They had an adpocalypse because they figured out that millennial black men, some Gen X black men, and even some Gen Z black men were speaking about the same things in regard to a lot of women. And they had to try to put a stop to this. They tried to do this in 2017. They tried a little bit before then. But when you got people who can grow as big as a Kevin Samuels, their alertness goes into hyperdrive and they get that derangement syndrome. You seen it with Trump, the Trump derangement. You saw it with Kevin. There was a lot of derangement that went on there. And y'all got to understand, a lot of us woke up years ago. We woke up to the hypocrisy. We woke up to the sickness. That's what I call the white worship. When y'all worship white men, I call it the sickness. We woke up to that years ago. All right, years ago. And they're starting to realize that. That's why you saw so much vitriol towards Kevin Samuels in his passing, because they thought they were able to defeat that ideology from growing. I'm sorry to tell you, it only made it grow even faster. I mean, when you see a guy who was probably one of the top trending topics of the last couple of months, a guy who was just a YouTuber, and he wasn't like a Mr. Beast type of YouTuber or a PewDiePie, right? You know, we're talking about somebody, that made his bones here on YouTube. And to be somebody that was able to make a cultural effect, passing like that. There were people who probably didn't even know who he was before he passed. They know who he is now. Different countries, they know who he is now. That only made it spread faster. It only made it spread faster. You didn't stop nothing. All you did was show people how weird you really are and what we as black men have to go through. You showed the world what we have to deal with in regards to you. That's all you did. And you don't understand this because you're so emotional. You're looking for moral victories. And you think that that's going to win the war. No, it won't. It made you feel good for a little while, but until you realize the cultural effect Kevin Samuels had. Vivica's in a TV movie here and there. I think maybe like a Lifetime movie, maybe a Hallmark Channel movie. I think she does those. A BET movie. She does like 3, 5 can play that game. You know, she does a TV movie here and there. I believe she was in the most recent Independence Day, but that was because she was they needed somebody because Will wasn't going to come back. So they need to bring some original people back. Yeah, he was going to be an episode of Atlanta. I seen that clip. It's crazy. Good days I see you. Now, don't get me wrong. Vivica has had a heck of a career from the 90s into the 2000s. She did, but then she fell off. And she ruined her face, looks like.
For all the hatred they have for that man, Kevin Samuels' women are his biggest followers.
That's
rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing.
That's usually how it is, Zeke. Listen, you cannot grow to 1 million without having a mainly female audience. You can't grow to 1 million subscribers unless you have a mainly female audience. That is what carries you to 1 million subscribers, is having either a balanced audience or a mainly female audience, because women are on social media more than anybody. I see women who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, even millions. And you like, who? That's the thing. It's women supporting women. You see, women support each other a lot in regards to the content that they do. They support each other a lot. I want us as men to be able to support each other on that level. And I do think that does happen. But you also got males that are envious. You got males that are weak. You got males that are female identified. You can tell they were raised with a bunch of women, and they think like that. They view men as the enemy, especially a man who has more masculine energy than they do. They view him as the enemy. That's why sometimes you're better off not dealing with most of these males, because they're weak and they are flaky, and they look for any reason to turn on you. And I have seen that over the years. That's why I'm not one of those people that's willing to say, hey, I just deal with a mainly just male audience. I've seen guys try to pander to that. It don't work out for them. It ain't working out for them. I see how viciously men attack each other for literally no reason. Really no reason. Just out of jealousy. But see, the thing is, when you are a jealous male, you never win. You never succeed. Oh, Fox canceled Fox Soul. Good. That was a drainer on them anyway. Well, maybe that's karma, JD. Maybe Fox canceling Fox Soul is karma for them, I guess. Is she going to go start a podcast that women want to listen to? I would love to see Vivica do a podcast on YouTube similar to what Kevin Samuels did. And let's see if she's able to grow a following. Let's see if women support that. Let's see how far that goes, telling these women what they want to hear. You competing with these women. And I want a lot of you younger women to understand this. Women like Vivica are competing with you. They don't care about you succeeding. They see you as competition. Understand that. They see you as competition. They don't want you to be successful getting the men that they want. Trust me. You are competition to them. They are competing with you. That's the problem. That's why I think women would benefit from listening to men, because men are not competing with you. They're not. Well, unless they're one of these males that like to wear dresses, you know, but for the most part, men are not trying to compete with women. Women compete with each other viciously, and they will lie to you and they will deceive you and make you believe that you're doing the right thing when you really aren't. They're sabotaging you because they're in competition with you. And it's a 24/7 competition. No days off. None. And I want people to understand that. You know, for so long, us as men, you know, we've had to sit back and take a lot of these arrows from these women. Meanwhile, these women are stabbing each other in the back. They're stabbing each other in the back. They're competing with each other. They're lying to each other. They're deceiving each other. That's what we have going on. These women are out here in a very, very bad place. And I think that they get upset when us as men are able to see that, because in their minds,
forget KS went hard on men, and I mean hard.
Yes, we appreciate that. But see, that's the thing. They don't care about that. They don't care about how hard men go at it on each other. Just don't say nothing about us. You know, that's all they care about, is not saying something about them. All they care about is don't say nothing about us unless you're kissing up to us. They want you to kiss up to them. They want you to feed their egos. We have to stop feeding these heifers egos. These heifers are lunatics. Okay, I know that's a strong word, but I mean, you really have to listen to me. Look at how they reacted to Kevin Samuels passing. They're lunatics. They're like, well, because I'm not crying over him, and that means that I hate him. No, when you're saying that, when you're basically mocking him at his death, I mean, that makes you look crazy. That literally makes you look crazy. Yes, it does. It makes you look crazy. And if you don't think it makes you look crazy, you're a lunatic.
Yeah, fam. They taking more L's than the ADS Clippers.
You said that, Jay, though. They always taking these L's, man. And then they want to sit here and act like we are the problem. No, you need to look yourself in the mirror. You need to look yourself in the mirror. As a matter of fact, let me give you women a dose of reality real quick. I want to give y'all a dose of reality. I got to show y'all this. When y'all out here trying to live your best life, you claim you're winning. You're going out here getting these BBLs.
If you kill me, you will only make me stronger. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Shout out to Bad Hombre. Let me give you a hold on, make sure it works. Let me show y'all what happens when you don't actually listen, when you're trying to follow a trend. Let's look at this.
Don't get this shit. I'm telling you now. Okay, you good. Don't get this fucking shit, y'all. Don't get this shit. I'm telling y'all, this shit fucking hurts. Don't get this shit for real. Do not get this shit. Do you understand me? You are fine the way the fuck you are. This shit fucking hurts. Don't get this shit. Don't you get this shit. Don't you get this shit. This shit fucking hurts so bad. Y'all said y'all want to see the fucking bloody truth. Here it is. Don't get this fucking shit. Do not. This shit fucking hurts so bad.
The reason why I'm showing this is because these women are trying to alter who they are just so they can go out there and chase that golden carrot, right? You go to these foreign countries or wherever you go and you get these BBLs. You're looking at all these women on social media, not understand these women been getting surgery for years. They're veterans. They have a higher pain tolerance. And you go and you put your body on the line for what? For what? Because you're so superficial. You think that a man's opinion doesn't matter. Because I'm pretty sure, if she was, it's what it's because some women who are very badly built will try to get the BBL surgery in order to sort of gain a shape for themselves. But some of these women, nothing is wrong with them, but they go and they get these, work done anyway. And you got to ask yourself for what? Because you're going to have to go through a lot to get that. But then the emotional scars are going to come when you get used up and passed around from guy to guy who are only with you because you have a big butt. Now, now the OnlyFans trend has got a lot of these women with the egos thinking that, men are dumb and men are just going to pay. But what about the men that don't have to pay to screw you? What about all the men you've always wanted to date that have never wanted to date you? But as soon as you go and you get that BBL, they end up sleeping with you and then ghosting you. And you develop more emotional scars. So much so that the older you get, the more resentful and spiteful of men that you get. But you don't understand that it could have been avoided if you actually loved yourself first and had confidence in yourself and worked on dealing with people that actually wanted to be with you.
Women paying $10K for a BBL to get Pookie and Tyrone's attention is what feminism has gotten us in the community.
All right, appreciate that, Chuzzy. It gets them in a van, laying on their stomach. And y'all got to understand, they have to lay like this for I think weeks. They can't even sit down for weeks, sometimes even months. All just so they can go get some attention. Just so they go get them some attention from some lame that already got like a rotation of 10 and he ain't wifing none of them. You're just going to be another number. That's it.
It's so bad. So bad. I can't stop crying or shaking. They put a tube down your throat. I didn't fucking know that. They put a fucking tube down your throat. My throat is hurting. This shit fucking hurts, y'all. I don't give a fuck. I'm never coming back. For nothing. I don't give a fuck. I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back. Never. I'm never coming back. No, sis, this shit hurts. I'm never fucking coming back. Do you understand me? I'm never coming back. This shit fucking hurts so bad. This shit hurts so bad. I've been here since 7:30 this morning. I'm just leaving. I woke up freaking the fuck out. This shit hurts so fucking bad. I'm about to just pee on myself because I gotta pee.
She just said it. She just answered your question, A. Jackson. She just answered the question. I don't know how. She gonna have to make her way. Listen, I'm not trying to laugh at this young lady, man, but Listen, we telling y'all, man, y'all gotta listen to us. Y'all out here putting yourself through all this for what? You know what I'm saying? There are men out here who, that y'all women are so desperate to get the attention of. Y'all doing all this for these guys that, are putting the least amount of work in. By the way, that works better. The least you put into a woman, the more you're going to get. They'll end up cutting themselves up just so they can get your attention. That's how crazy it is out here. But I want y'all to have confidence in yourself, because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. That's all you have is yourself. All right? This could be a very teachable moment. And hopefully it is. I probably doubt it, because these young girls, man, they want to be like their favorite Instagram model. It used to be, girls used to want to be like their favorite singer, like their favorite actress. Now they want to be like their favorite big booty Instagram model, right? Or the wife of some athlete. That's what they want to be like. They don't even want to be like their mothers anymore, if they have good mothers. They're all trying to be the same. All these women built the same. They look the same. And they get the same results, right? Y'all out here thirsting for these women, but they have a dude at home they're taking care of. These chicks are out here taking care of other men. When you dudes are sending them, man, I'm seeing chicks have like Amazon wish lists and PayPal's, like,
This is a damn travesty. I guarantee you she's got to change her mind after the pain stops and get back out there for attention.
I'm pretty sure. Appreciate that, Jarrell. This is probably her first surgery. Once she gets over this surgery, she's going to do it again. They all go back. They all go back. She just, she's trying to develop a tolerance for it. But, these women have a strong will to look just like other women. And trust me, she'll do it again. I have no doubts. Just the way that I have seen women recently, the way that they act and the things that they put their bodies through, themselves through, they'll do it again. But y'all gotta understand, these same women that y'all putting all this effort into has a guy that she's taking care of. It don't matter how good she looks. Most of your favorite OnlyFans models have a living boyfriend. That's the cameraman. He's a photographer, right? Probably editing the videos. They got a living boyfriend, man. He don't do nothing except film and whatever. So honestly, man, these women are trying to get the attention of a man that doesn't give them much. Audience of one. That's how they are, Salute to everybody that's here, man. Like the stream, man. We talking about these heifers.
It's rinse, repeat, recycle with these women.
Appreciate it. You said it keeps freezing. What keeps freezing? The stream? Yeah, make sure y'all like the stream, man. Let's see, but these older women, to me, I think they are their own worst enemy, especially if they're Gen X. Gen X women are some of the worst. I think they've kind of surpassed millennial women, even though millennial women are right there. I think millennial women are right there. I think millennial women are terrible. I think most millennial women are terrible when it comes to dating. I think they give the worst advice. I think they're out here living their worst life. They are the main ones who are taking care of grown men, but then complain about how they don't want a broke man. But it's like, look who you're taking care of. Look who you taking care of. Look who you taking care of, Shout out to everybody that's here. Hold on, I'm looking for some clips here. Trying to make sure this is appropriate. But salute to everybody that's here. Let me talk about Fox Soul. We want to give a. When I heard about that, I chuckled that they had ended that show good. Fox, I saw. Listen, when you start bringing on weirdo YouTube females on your platform, all I have to say is I see why that show was, dissolved. Okay, you had Lisa Ray, Vivica A. Fox, Claudia Jordan. You had the singer. I think her name is. I can't think of her name. You had all those people. You couldn't make a proper show. You couldn't keep it music. You could have made a show and just talked about music and black women and movies and TV, but you kept it about bullshit, and you're bringing people who are full of shit on your platform. And you wonder why it got canceled? You're bringing these horrible people on your platform, and you're wondering why it didn't work out. I mean, look no further than the choices that you make. And it's good that Fox saw the light, because that was a complete sideshow. It really was. And that just shows you where they are. And honestly, that is the mentality of Gen X women. All those women on that show are Gen Xers, I think. Middle-aged, disgruntled, bitter at the world. And they're mad. They're mad at Kevin Samuels. They're mad at anybody that is hold on, okay. That is not telling them what they want to hear. But let me talk to the Gen X women. Gen X women, you are some of the biggest failures of women, because you grew up in but you're in a generation where you saw how crazy things could be. A lot of you grew up without fathers because of the increasing of the single parent households in the 70s and 80s. And your mentality was no father, no problem. But there is a problem if there's no father. And if there's no father, there's a problem. And speaking of that, I want to play this clip real quick. Yeah, what is it? JD Miles came and he told me they canceled the show. I'm going to look it up, though, just to make sure that the fact check. Yeah, Selena Johnson. Yeah. Selena Johnson actually is the only one to me that seemed like she had some sense. I don't believe Fox Soul is canceled. Well, I'm going to look it up because somebody brought it up in my chat. I can double check. But yeah, you can't be bringing weirdo women on your platform and think that platform is going to prosper. Okay. Now, this video here is about a woman that said that she took her son's father off child support. And I believe she got pushback over this. Can you believe this melanated woman got pushback? You know why she probably got pushback? Is because a lot of these other heifers would not take their children's fathers off child support because they're too busy fighting him and trying to get back and trying to get some type of payback, right?
Decided to take my son's father off of child support because it was causing turmoil in our co-parenting relationship. Recently, I looked up a few places for him to get his CDL so that he could possibly start his own trucking company, or he can even carry loads.
Yeah, what I meant by is their soul. It's called Queen something. Not the entire Fox Soul platform. I'm talking about their show. It's the Queen. It's called something Queen something. Queen Coons or something. I don't know. Like
and make money for himself. What I decided was, you know what, Brittany, let me change my mindset. Let me help us take care of our child. And that's co-parenting.
Yeah, that is true. If you want your son to grow up or your daughter to grow up in a healthy environment, you need to have a good co-parenting relationship with the other parent. But too many women, yeah, Cocktails of Queens is what the name of their show is. I believe that show got canceled. Whenever you have children, okay, you want them to grow up in a healthy environment if you're not with that parent, ladies and gentlemen. You should want a good co-parenting relationship. The problem is these women, and you see it with Kanye West, these women want primary custody, and they want to take those children and put those children in the face of another man. And they want to completely push the real father out of the picture. But if you were married to him, you had children with him, and you had all these years with him, why would you then try to keep him away from his children? Why would you even do that? It's because these women that's how they grew up. They grew up in a single parent household, and they think it's normal to raise children in a single parent household. They think that's normal. That's not normal. That's abnormal. That's why you got so many children or too many people now, especially these Gen Zers who are weird and who are confused because they did not grow up in a great co-parenting situation. Because the mother was too busy trying to put that child in the face of another man who is not going to treat those children better than their original other father. I'm sorry. Now, if there was a situation of like abuse or something that could be proven, that's different. But if the father took care of his kids, y'all just didn't get along, so you divorced, why are you keeping him from the kids? And a lot of times women do that, especially if you're dating another woman. If you start dating another woman, that's when you're going to start to see that attitude come out of them. Because they don't want you dealing with no other women that ain't them. They only want you to deal with them. That's your Western woman in a nutshell. They want you to be in a situation where you're begging them to come back with them. You're trying to fight for her. You're trying to fight for your kids. They don't want you to move on to another woman and be able to start a life with her. They want you to suffer. It's like, why? Y'all broke up. Why would you want your ex to suffer? Why don't you just let your ex go?
So I decided to take my son's father off of child support because it was causing turmoil in our co-parenting relationship. Recently, I looked up a few places for him to get his CDL so that he could possibly start his own trucking company, or he can even carry loads and make money for himself. What I decided was, you know what, Brittany, let me change my mindset. Let me help us take care of our child. And that's co-parenting.
Y'all think she watched Kevin Samuels? You see, that's what should be happening. I think more women should do that. I mean, them children, listen, these women are quick to always say, he the father, right? But as soon as they break up, they want to take the children away from the father. That's crazy. Because when you had that child, that was his child. But as soon as y'all break up, you're like, you basically want to take that child out of that man's life and take his money and then pretend like, he's not doing enough. He's not coming around. That is because you've been fighting him tooth and nail for years and he gave up. A lot of these fathers of these children give up. They give up because they're tired of fighting you. Then you get on social media and complain because you see he dating another woman and he ain't coming around no more. Oh, he don't do this. He don't take it. It's because you've been fighting him because he doesn't want to be with you anymore. He won't marry you. So why is there a problem? A lot of these women do these things to themselves and they want to be victims. But you can't, because you are the instigator. You can't be the instigator of this terrible co-parenting relationship and then think you're going to be a victim. That ain't how it works. That ain't how it works. You can't be keeping a man from his children and then think that you're going to be seen as a victim. That ain't happening.
So
If you're on child support, don't put your business on social media. They will use that against you. Salute to this woman for waking up.
Appreciate that, A. Jackson.
I decided to take my son's father off of child support because it was causing turmoil in our co-parenting relationship. Recently, I looked up a few places for him to get his CDL so that he could possibly start his own trucking company, or he can even carry loads and make money for himself. What I decided was, you know what, Brittany, let me change my mindset. Let me help us take care of our child. And that's co-parenting.
And more of these heifers need to start doing that and stop fighting their children's father because he don't want to be with them anymore. Let it go. Those kids deserve to have both parents in their life, not just you, who's already doing a bad job already. Shout out to everybody that's here. These women are doing a very bad job, man. They are out here struggling. A lot of these women are struggling, man. And then they get on social media and try to blame everybody else. How you gonna blame other people when you are your problem? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Like the stream. Things are only going to get, I think, bad for a lot of women because they don't see their ways. I got another video here I'm going to show. All right. It's going to show you what, us as men have to deal with. This is like an 8-second clip. Let's see.
The thing is that confusion has been packaged to BWs in the gift box with a bow and told it's girl power.
Appreciate that, the Riddler. Yes, it has. And see, that's the thing, is that they don't understand that they're basically being played as fools. You're accepting. No, I'm not gonna play that. You're accepting basically that you're going to be used to manipulate men and manipulate yourself. It's out there, everybody's here. I'm trying to find this video that I came across of this woman. She's trying to do her female Kevin Samuels thing. Hold on, put it on the screen. Put on the screen. Put this on the screen. Here we go. She's going to talk about, y'all see this female here? She's going to tell us how men manipulate women into sleeping with them. But I thought a lot of men ain't getting none these days. If it was this easy to manipulate women into sleeping with them, then a lot of these guys wouldn't need dating coaches.
This is how men manipulate women into having sex with them. It happens in 4 stages. Stage 1, high interest. This is when they're flirting, he's texting her a lot, saying nice things, making her feel special and wanted. He's really showing that he likes her, and he takes her on this emotional high where she thinks that he could be the one. They have a lot of sexual chemistry, but she holds off on having sex with him because she doesn't want to come across as easy. Stage 2, losing interest. He starts pulling away, so he's texting her less, he's becoming more distant. She's confused because she doesn't know what she did wrong. She's thinking, is he seeing other girls? Is he losing interest because I held off on having sex with him? At this point, she's desperate to get things back to where they were, even if she might play it cool. Stage 3, the comeback. Out of nowhere, the guy comes back and he's suddenly showing interest in her again, like the first time. Now the girl's on a high again and she's determined to keep him here. She feels like she almost lost him, but because he came back, he must be serious. She's on an emotional high, and at this stage, she finally has sex with him. She thinks that's what she needs to do to keep his interest. Stage 4, the low. At this stage, the guy feels like he's conquered, maybe he's not as interested as he thought he was. The girl's left hurt and confused as to what she did wrong.
Well, I would say that Women, let me tell you something about women, man. And this is going to be the harsh truth. I don't know everything, but this is just my observation. Whenever you have women who complain about men manipulating them into bed, it's usually men that didn't do much to get them. I got to understand, you put the least amount in, you get the most out. Okay? Because women have done nothing but manipulate men for free dates, for attention. They manipulate men to fix things for them, to do things for them. Women have always used their femininity in their bodies, because let's be real, some of you guys would do anything for a big butt female, in order to get something out of men. Women have always manipulated men. But see, the thing is, women end up not sleeping with men that they manipulate. Women have always had not always. Women, for the most part, have had the upper hand when it comes to having relations. Like, women have always been able to know what a man wants and to play that against them. But you see, women don't like when men manipulate them. This is why you got the Tinder, what's it called? The Tinder swindler, is that what they call him? The guy that was able to get all that money out of those women. Women have always manipulated men. If a woman has an opportunity to manipulate a man and not give him none, they will absolutely do it. But the problem is, when a woman meets a guy that they have high interest in, and he plays the runaround games, they fall for it. They get desperate, as she said. She's only proving that women like to manipulate men more. That's all she's proving. See, when you like to manipulate men and they manipulate you, it don't feel good, don't it? It don't feel good. Because women have always, and they continue to do this. Women continue to finesse and use men and not give them nothing. But it's no fun when that guy does it to you. Because for the most part, women can read a man who's interested in them. But there are men out here that these women can't read at all.
This is how men manipulate women into having sex with them. It happens in 4 stages. Stage 1, high interest. This is when they're flirting, he's texting her a lot, saying nice things, making her feel special and wanted. He's really showing that he likes her, and he takes her on this emotional high where she thinks that he could be the one. They have a lot of sexual chemistry, but she holds off on having sex with him because she doesn't want to come across as easy. Stage 2, losing interest. He starts pulling away, so he's texting her less, he's becoming more distant, she's confused.
Shout out to Lucifer with the Cash App. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to you.
Because she doesn't know what she did wrong. She's thinking, is he seeing other girls? Is he losing interest because I held off on having sex with him? At this point, she's desperate to get things back to where they were, even if she might play it cool. Stage 3, the comeback. Out of nowhere, the guy comes back and he's suddenly showing interest in her again, like the first time. Now the girl's on a high again and she's determined to keep him here. She feels like she almost lost him, but because he came back, he must be serious. She's on an emotional high, and at this stage, she finally has sex with him. She thinks that's what she needs to do to keep his interest. Stage 4, the low. At this stage, the guy feels like he's conquered. Maybe he's not as interested as he thought he was. The girl's left hurt and confused as to what she did wrong.
Yeah, but men have always felt that way. I don't want to be in absolutes. A lot of men have felt played by women, but nothing is done about it. You know, we as men, we have to move on. When women use us for money, or they use us for conversation, for attention, a lot of men just have to move on from that. And we have to look at ourselves and say, what happened? Like, how did they get to that point? It's because, why did we waste so much time and money and effort when that woman could have just said, I'm not interested? It's not like she'd be in fear of her life. All she would have had to do is just say, hey, I'm not interested, like that. But women can't do that because they don't want to be the bad guy. They don't want to be the bad guy. So they play along until they don't feel that guilt, and then they may pull back. or give you some excuse. So these women, I'm telling you, women do not like to be manipulated. Women do not like to feel played. But that dude didn't do nothing to her. He didn't play her. All he did was text her a little bit, conversate. He pulled back. He came back. They're acting like men are just out here just putting on full on manipulation. No, the dude had options. When a man has options and he understands how to talk to women and he understands how to get what he wants out of a woman, because that woman is listen, men know when a woman is interested in them. They know when a woman is very, very interested in them. It's clear that what she's explaining is a woman that met a guy that she considered to be of high caliber and is a higher caliber than the men that she's been around. So yes, she wanted that guy. And that's why that guy was able to pull back and then go back at her, because he knows that she's already wrapped around his finger. He didn't deceive her. Now, she might be explaining a situation that happened with her. Probably, this must be like, I bet you this is probably first-hand information. Yo, these chicks be getting finessed and then they want to act like men are manipulating. No, he just being a man that has options. You were just the option at that moment because he can sense your energy and he could sense how thirsty you were. And he just used that against you. That's it. It was a simple finesse, man.
This is how men manipulate women into having sex with them. It happens in 4 stages. Stage 1, high interest. This is when they're flirting, he's texting her a lot, saying nice things, making her feel special and wanted. He's really showing that he likes her, and he takes her on this emotional high where she thinks that he could be the one. They have a lot of sexual chemistry, but she holds off on having sex with him because she doesn't want to come across as easy. Stage 2, losing interest. He starts pulling away, so he's texting her less, he's becoming more distant. She's confused because she doesn't know what she did wrong. She's thinking, is he seeing other girls? Is he losing interest because I held off on having sex with him? At this point, she's desperate to get things back to where they were, even if she might play it cool.
Let me say this too. Women can sense a man that gets a lot of box. They can. They can sense that a man gets a lot of box, and that's what they want. They want a man that can get a lot of women, but then they complain when he exercises his options. I mean, what did you expect? You know, he exercising his options. Would you expect them not to exercise his options?
Stage 3, the comeback. Out of nowhere, the guy comes back and he's suddenly showing interest in her again, like the first time. Now the girl's on a high again and she's determined to keep him here. She feels like she almost lost him, but because he came back, he must be serious. She's on an emotional high, and at this stage, she finally has sex with him. She thinks that's what she needs to do to keep his interest. Stage 4, the low. At this stage, the guy feels like he's conquered. Maybe he's not as interested as he thought he was. The girl's left hurt and confused as to what she did wrong.
Yes, he conquered. There was no need. The box was probably, it probably wasn't what he was. You know, he's like, man, I'm doing all this. Tired of these extra average heifers. But again, I don't think he's a bad guy. He just played the game. Women do it all the time, man. Women use and manipulate men every chance they get. They won't simply tell a man no because what's the fun in telling a man no? There are women that get off on wasting a man's time. There's no fun in telling a man no. There is fun in, just stringing him along. There is fun in that. There's a lot of fun in that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fun in being able to tell that man, hey, maybe there's possibly a chance,
Women usually finesse men rather than men finessing women.
That is very true. That is very true. We as men, we don't finesse as much as women finesse us. Women finesse us a whole lot. They do, and a lot of times, we end up getting caught up in how they look. That's why I tell y'all, man, it ain't always about looks. A lot of these women may look good, but they're sexually they're ruined. You know, sexually they're just completely ruined. Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream. Appreciate y'all being here, man. A lot of these women are completely ruined. A lot of these Western women of today have not much to offer. They really don't. You see, women like Vivica have nothing really to offer. They can't even really offer their body because who's gonna want that? Who's gonna want Vivica in 2022? You know what I'm saying? This woman looked like this 10 years ago. Listen, man, let me tell y'all something, man. I don't care how good these women look on social media, man. A lot of these women are sexually exhausted. There's nothing left in the tank. You see, these women get their arousal off being able to tease men. These women don't get arousal from having regular sex with men. They don't get an arousal off of that. These women get an arousal off of men making comments about how big their assets are, how beautiful they look, or how sexy they look. They get their arousal by being able to parade themselves on social media. But they don't get arousal from having relations with the guy. They don't get an arousal for that. They done everything. They done had relations with one guy. They done had threesomes. They done been on that choo-choo. They done had foursomes. They done had girl on girl. They have done all types of things. And this is probably before they turn 30. They done some of everything. So by the time they turn 30, man, they so exhausted and used up, there's nothing left. That's why their relationships fail. Delicious, London Charles, her relationship failed because she was sexually exhausted. She was complaining about sex the same year they met. She was complaining about sex the first year they got together. That tells you everything you need to know with these used up Western women. They're used up. They may look good on the outside, but on the inside, they are used up, man. Shout out to Zeke.
Really shows you whose egos are bigger. SMH lol.
Yeah. But I'm starting to think there's a lot of women like this. These women are these women are exhausted by the time they're like 30, 35. They're like regular sex don't appeal to them no more, man. That's crazy. It's like, dang, like you used up like that. That's why they go get BBLs, because, you know, they have to, their options ain't good, and they don't want to waste their time dating men they're not attracted to. So they go to extreme levels to seek out attraction from men.
These the broads WHO take L's trying chessmen. Rolling on the floor laughing.
You said that, Jaye, though. They chasing men that don't want them like that, man. Somebody should tell them. I mean, well, we do tell them, but they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. There's a lot of attractive women out here, man. They are exhausted. That's why they're single. When you see these women who are single and they have a nice body and nice face, understand they're single because the men that do date them, they're not having as much relations as they thought they were going to have. And then those women are bait and switch. They're a bait and switch. They will bait you in with their looks, but as soon as you get with them, you realize she can't cook, she can't fry no chicken, she can't cook nothing healthy. She don't keep her house clean, even though she don't do nothing all day, but be on the internet posting videos. They don't have what it takes to be wife material. And what happens is when Kevin Samuel is able to put that mirror in their face, they don't like it. But we've been putting a mirror in their face for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 50 years. But it became real, I would say, back in about 2016, 2017. That's when the BS started. And speaking of that, I have been contemplating putting up my classics on YouTube again. You know, I had a bunch of my classic videos archived on YouTube up until 2018 when that channel got taken down. But I'm thinking about giving it another shot. Some of my older videos, some videos I took down purposely, putting them back on YouTube, man. I think people need to hear the level of realness that I've spoken about over the years and just have it archived. It'll be on my Jaye the Black Redux 2 channel. Just so y'all know how long I've been speaking on this shit and how real it is. Jaye the Black Redux 2. It's going to go down. Instead of just putting the videos on Patreon, you know, I still put some there. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Tom Likas, I was not going to put that on YouTube. But with some others, definitely, because I need to leave my work, my legacy up instead of it going away. You know? Shout out to Jarrell.
I know a woman that gets plowed out by a machine. How is a dude supposed to go against that? So what she said is she wants 4 slabs at once. SMDH.
Oh, man. Appreciate that, Jarrell. I don't know how you compete with that either, bro. I really don't know how you compete with that, man. These women got all types of toys, man. All types of mechanics and all types of things to get them off. They don't need us as men. They really don't. What's funny is that you tell them you're going overseas, they get mad, right? You tell them I'm going overseas, goddamn, I'm getting me one of them women across the pond. They want to get mad, you know. But yeah, man, I don't know how you compete with that. I've been single for 6 years and I'm not promiscuous. I'm just tired of men playing games. Well, Miss Tangy, all it takes is you out here looking for Mr. Right and having the right energy. You dig? I'm pretty sure you'll find them, you know. I know women personally who've listened to my videos who met men, like they've gotten a boyfriend because they really supported what I was saying and they actually internalized it and they were able to understand, hey, you know, I need to know what to look for. Instead of looking for a guy that, you know, it's a mama's boy, or look for a man, you know, not looking for a guy that needs your help, that needs your assistance. No, a guy that's a help in your life that can benefit you as a woman so you can be feminine. You did? I know women who've personally been helped by me when they've internalized. Now, you got some women that will say they are, but they're not internalizing the message. That's why I think I need to put the classics up. I got to find them, though. But, yeah, Jaye the Black Redux, too. I will not promote the channel, but you can subscribe to it. Well, not as heavy as the other ones, but, you know. Salute to everybody that's here. I appreciate y'all being here, too. Thank y'all for being here. Yes, I was definitely going to go live tonight. Somebody got to set these heifers straight. Why not me? You know, you think Kevin Samuels is who you had to worry about. You better be glad I haven't cammed up yet. You know, because there are things that I want to do once I'm on here like that, and that I think will take my platform to a whole nother level. You know, but it's all about timing. You know, but I do appreciate y'all moderators, channel members, the people that donated, man. All the support that y'all have shown me, man. All I ask is y'all to share the content. That's it, man. Especially now, because I'm pretty sure y'all have seen these heifers celebrating on social media about Kevin Samuels. That's more than an incentive to share the content, because you see that these people think that they won something and they haven't won anything. Of course, Chuzzy, I'm just waiting for the right time. But still, support the people who are, doing their thing. The people who are pushing messages forward. What a time to be a content creator, ain't it? Let me say this too. I heard they had this rumor going around about, Kevin Samuels being broke, right? And I said to myself, if Kevin Samuels is broke and only has $1,000 to his name, then I'm definitely struggling. I am definitely struggling out here on YouTube, man. I am definitely struggling. So I need to get these donations up. I mean, if y'all really think that I'm supposed to believe that, or anybody with a brain and common sense is supposed to believe that, I know YouTube, okay? I know YouTube, and I know that guy was not broke. I know that guy was not broke. Have y'all seen one of his live streams? That guy probably made more money in one live stream than y'all made in a whole year, okay? So when I see people want to believe that, when I see people actually try to push that narrative, I know they don't know what they're talking about, because I'm a YouTuber. And y'all don't know how some of y'all, if y'all are content, you probably know. I mean, the amount of money that could be made on YouTube is not as bad as some people would make you believe it is. All you have to do is have a loyal audience that watches your videos and that donates regularly. It's that weirdo mentality. That guy was making more than a lot of these people make in a year in one live stream. And that's not even counting the videos that he was posting. Those videos probably made more. But see, people don't want to have those conversations. Okay? But I'm telling you, as a content creator, that's BS. That's BS. There are a plethora of ways to make money on this platform. YouTube has given content creators every tool to make a lot of money on this platform. Do not let the struggle YouTubers make y'all believe otherwise, okay? There's lots of money that could be made on this platform. And I've been here before a bunch of this stuff was even necessary. The only way you made money is by getting people to hit that PayPal. Or, you know what I'm saying? AdSense was around there, but you didn't have the super chats, didn't have the they got a donation button on your videos now. You have a certain amount. You couldn't sell t-shirts.
Menopausal night sweats are going to Vivica Foxhead. Proven care is right even in death.
She definitely in that menopausal age. Appreciate that, Black Red. But yeah, don't listen to these people, man. Yeah, Kevin making a shit ton of money, man. I mean, these people don't understand anything about YouTube. They don't understand. And also you got the money that's being made outside of YouTube. I think he consulted people, right? Patreon, people donating while you're not even live. They hitting your cash out while you out at the grocery store or something like that. Like, people need to have common sense. Okay? Have some common sense. But salute to everybody that's here. All right. I don't know, Bronxside. They're reporting it. I've heard that they are trying to get that taken down actively. People do that. I've seen people who are not even affiliated with certain people putting up GoFundMes for them. Right? So, you know, that happens. People have, I've seen people do that a lot. They will create, when somebody passes away, they'll create a GoFundMe and they'll get that money, right? And they're not even affiliated with the family. Yeah, man, we need to go ahead and let these irrelevant heifers go and be better, man. But like I said, I appreciate y'all being here, man. Shout out to everybody that supported. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow me on Twitch as well. Y'all go subscribe over there. I may do some special things over there sometime in the near future. So subscribe over there too. Subscribe to the other channel, Basic Social Politics with Jada Black, as well as Jada Black Redux and Jada Black Live, my backup live stream channel, just in case. You know, you have to be prepared for everything on this platform. You just never know. I've had my issues with YouTube, man. We've had a very adversarial relationship for years. You just never know when they want to take you down. There's a reason why I don't do live streams on my Jada Black channel anymore. I've wanted to, but every time I do, I get a flag out of nowhere. So it's, you know, so I'm over here. I haven't had to deal with that. So, but yeah, man, I'm very appreciative to y'all. Shout out to y'all for supporting and believing in what I'm doing. But things are only going to get better, even though I do need a break. You know, I've talked about taking a break from this. I've talked about it so many times, I never follow through, man. Maybe a day. I'll take a day off, like, oh, time to go back. That's how much of a work ethic I have, man. I just cannot take no time off. And when I do, I feel like I'm letting the people down. You know? That's just me, man. It's just my mentality. I have that mentality, man. I'm never complacent. I'm never complacent. Never complacent. So, if there's anything that you can really learn from the stream, don't be complacent. Yeah, but me and YouTube had a very adversarial relationship since I started. Since the start of 2015, been very adversarial. Okay? Yes, Paris, I do need a vacation. I'll be thinking about it. I'm in the mode. I'm like, damn, I need to retire. That's how I be feeling sometimes. But then a topic comes across your desk, and you're like, man. Like last night when I talked about Young Thug, man. I talked about Young Thug, man, but they got me contemplating retiring, man, because I don't take no breaks. I take a day or two off, I feel like I'm failing. Shout out to Wanda. I appreciate the support, Wanda.
Salute to you at J de Black. Thanks for the great content as always. Heart, 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 folded hands, folded hands, folded hands, folded hands.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll continue on, man. But I do need, get me a break sometime, maybe a couple days. But I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. You've been a wonderful audience. Let's see. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all take care. All right. And have a good rest of your night.